What's up, everybody? Welcome to Everybody Podcast. Today,
Hello.
I am here with Chad, Cody, of course, and we're going to welcome our new friend Aaren back.
Yep, back to the podcast.
Hello, everybody.
So I sent a thing to the group, and I was super excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin Gaslam is filling in for Paulo Costa.
Oh, I was going to say something about Paulo
And
Costa.
I was just like,
He had the
'cause
flu.
I remember, they made sure to say it was not COVID.
Not COVID.
It's the flu. But Gaslam said he wanted to be. Wait. Yeah, he wanted to be a fill-in for another fight, right? I can't remember what fight that was.
I haven't got a chance to read it.
I haven't either. But now that he's stepping in against Whitaker, what if he wins?
What's Whitaker's number one contender, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What if he wins?
It's
dude?
too bad that he couldn't fight
Will
Adesanya.
Calvin Gastelum rematch Adesanya?
He won't win, man.
It would have been cool if Whitaker did. And they just put on that fucking 261 card.
Out of everybody in
That
the
would've been
middleweight
cool.
division,
Dude, UFC 261 looks so goddamn good.
Yeah.
Dude, we've gotten so many title fights already this year.
Cody and I were talking before everybody got here, and we were talking about how we're kind of sad about the crowd coming back. We kind of like it without the crowd.
So,
And there's a lot of fighters.
Being able to hear the coaches and shit like that.
It's cool.
That's
There's a
pretty
lot
cool,
of
yeah.
fighters that have been saying they like it. They've liked it without the crowd too.
I was like,
They can focus more and whatnot.
what are your honest feelings about? Like, what do you guys think
So-
about a crowd coming back? I have mixed feelings about it.
I do too, because I like hearing the coaches and stuff, and obviously I like the fact that the fighters like it. Most of the fighters like it,
Yeah,
but
they probably love it
like
a lot
I was
more.
telling Cody earlier, one of the main reasons I like to watch wrestling is those crowd pops.
Yeah, dude.
I love crowd pops. And when you get that perfect knockout and that crowd just roars,
yeah.
like, it's so nice.
It gives you a different kind of chill.
It's gonna the crowd pops themselves are gonna be cool, like when the crowd's excited at UFC. But one of the reasons I don't like the crowd at UFC, and it's different with wrestling, but they just don't like to hear people booing the fighters.
Yeah.
That shit drives me nuts when the crowd boos the fighters.
Yeah,
it bugs me.
There's so much respect being showed in the ring, in the octagon right now. And I think, like, when the crowds come back, that disrespect coming from the crowd,
Could
that's
you
going to
imagine
affect
the amount
the
of
fighter.
booing there would have been the past 2 fucking weeks?
Yeah.
Like, it would have
Yeah,
been
dude.
insane, especially
The
this
eye
past week
poke,
with the eye
yeah.
poke, and then 2 weeks ago with the fucking knee.
Yeah.
Or was
Yeah.
that 2 weeks ago or
Yeah.
3? 3 weeks ago, whenever it was.
2 weeks.
Couple
weeks
weeks,
ago.
yeah.
And the next one we got coming up
And
is 27th.
Like I said, that the booing,
There's one this
it's
weekend.
definitely going to affect
Yeah, that's right.
the fighters in a bad way. And it's going to affect them to where they might not fight to their best because they're getting at them mentally.
How would you feel if you had 15,000 people booing at you?
Yeah,
I think
that's what I'm
some,
saying.
Some fighters do really well though with that. Like Masvidal, he's somebody that he's always saying he wants to fight in enemy territory because it fuels him. He's one of those guys who when people hate him, it just makes him better. Like he's somebody that
He's
I
a
think
good
fights
heel.
better with the crowd.
He's a good heel.
But I think there's so many, there's a lot of fighters like that I feel like that might be some part of why Anthony Smith has underperformed and why Tony Ferguson has underperformed. Like they might be those types of guys that the crowd gets them amped up, but when the crowd's not there, it's just awkward.
And it's a thing.
Especially these guys that have been fighting for almost 10 years with large crowds, and now they're walking in and it's just completely silent. It's got to be a mind fuck.
Oh yeah. How do you feel about it?
About the crown.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your take on it?
I don't know. I'm kind of glad they're back just because I like the noise.
You don't like listening to the coaches yell at their fighters?
I do, but I just want the world back to normal. So
Yeah, that's
one
I
step closer.
I feel that.
One step closer.
that's the main thing.
But something like that might us put we might be one step closer, but something like that's going to put us 2 steps back. Potentially.
Potentially, yeah.
I mean, Florida's kind of been putting us 2 steps back since the beginning of this.
But
they've stayed open pretty much the whole damn time.
if you look at Florida's cases now, they ain't really any different from ours. And they're open.
Well, people are starting to get stupid now, though.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we've had enough. Fuck this.
I'm mixed on it because
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
Do I think it's a good idea to put 15,000 people in an arena
Oh,
right
you mean
now?
that?
Probably not. But since I'm not going, it doesn't bother me. I don't give a shit.
That's how I
Have
feel
fun.
too.
Have
Like
fun.
if 15,000
Yeah.
people want to go
I
sit
feel
in a
that.
fucking arena together, let them fucking do it. I'm not gonna fucking do it. I wouldn't have done it beforehand. That's what I was telling Brad earlier. I wouldn't have fucking done it. I
made-
wouldn't have gone before COVID.
I actually,
So I'm not gonna go now.
made a
It doesn't make a difference.
I made a comment on Instagram on the post. I said, "Seems like the only winner here is COVID." And some dude got on there. He's like, "Shut up! You can't even afford a ticket."
I'm sure they're expensive.
Cody's just like, he's right.
Yeah, it's true.
He
You
is.
could probably afford a bleeder ticket, dude.
And who wants that?
Sit up in the nobody wants that.
I don't want that at all.
I could say I was
I don't
there.
understand why people buy that shit.
I was there.
I feel like that's the only thing because you end up watching it. I assume you just end up
On the
watching
big-
it on a big
yeah.
screen anyway.
Might as
I'd
well
rather
just
watch
stay
it
home and
yeah.
watch it on a big screen.
Yeah,
Watch it with my
unless-
friends and where I could smoke a joint while I'm doing it.
Exactly. Stay at home on your comfy couch and
Yeah.
watch it.
And get drunk without having to worry about driving home.
Or get drunk on a $12 six-pack instead of paying $20 a beer there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably a draft beer that's only like this big.
I can't even imagine how much fucking alcohol is going to cost in stadiums and shit now.
I know, right?
It's probably
They're
gonna
all
going to
want to make their money they lost back.
Yeah, like even fucking tags. That's probably like buying a beer there was already crazy expensive. I can't
Yeah,
imagine now that he's
$10
lost
for a
all
draft,
this money.
man. I remember that Breaking Ben show we went to. Sean and I were going, I'll buy the first round, you buy the second, and each time I went up, it was $20 for a fucking draft this size, maybe even smaller than that.
$10 for something like that.
Dude, when I went to see Attila in Esking Alexandria and all them down in Lancaster, paid $10 for a draft of beer that fucking big.
That's ridiculous.
I know
I
you
don't
people
drink
can't
at
see
fucking
it, but
concerts.
like the size of
It's like a 12 ounce fucking
Yeah,
cup.
it's so
Yeah.
little, dude.
Dude, when we went to
Smaller than a fucking red Solo cup.
when we went to the Dirty Head show there, Sab was like buying beers left and right, and he's like, "You gonna drink?" And I was like, "Fuck no."
No.
What are they, like $10?
No.
The cups are like this big. They're like a shooter cup or whatever.
Yeah, that's what. Like, I think I might have bought one, but I won't drink at concerts just for that reason.
Yeah,
I don't think I've never been drunk at a concert. Besides, like your guys' like local shows where it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
at a bar and the beer's only $2 a draft.
Yeah, and that's the nice part. That I'm most excited for concerts again. I can't. It's hard to believe, for me anyways, because I usually go to crazy amounts of shows every year. It's been a whole year and I haven't been to one show, and it's driving me nuts. Even local shows, I haven't been to a local show because there hasn't been any. I mean, like, there's been bars who've like put on like acoustic shows and have had DJs, but I want to go see a band, man.
Yeah.
A fucking
My friend's
dude.
band at that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, or
Support the scene, bro. That blunt's hitting terrible.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, it is tight as fuck, man.
I don't get it.
Oh,
dude.
did you put hash in it?
Yeah, I did.
That's probably what it is. I feel like the last time you put hash in a blunt, it smoked the same way.
It's too sticky.
Yeah,
Talk into your
probably.
microphone, Aaron.
It's
I
too
didn't-
sticky.
I didn't realize how sticky hash was.
What was your favorite concert you've ever been to?
Aw, dude, you can't put me on a spot like that.
Dude, I know, but I thought it was a good question.
Warp Tour was pretty fucking awesome.
I was gonna say Warp Tour because we saw so many fucking bands, but
And yeah,
so right now, man, I can't even say.
I like Warp Tour is cool too because everybody only gets like a half hour or 45 minutes, so they really give it
Yeah.
their all.
Yeah,
You know, there's no peaking, and there's
But
no like petering out at the
I
end.
do-
They
I
just
do
fucking
f-
go for it.
I do feel the one time we went, there was a couple bands that might have been burnt out by then because they didn't sound the greatest, and I was kind of bummed
like
about it.
the red jumpsuit apparatus.
Yeah,
I
like
think
at
they
the
were-
time, I liked the red jumpsuit apparatus, and I mean, I still like them, but not as much as I did, and they were fucking terrible.
Yeah, but even seeing that acoustic set they did at I Matter, that
Bro,
was pretty bad.
You know what
too.
pissed me off the most about that is like I could be wrong. I could be wrong and I just didn't notice it. But I didn't see any information saying that they were doing an acoustic set.
And I think, dude, did you hear people?
I mean, it
booing?
wasn't even the red jumpsuit apparatus; it was just the singer.
Yeah.
Did you
You
hear
know,
people
like
booing?
they were definitely promoting it as just the red jumpsuit apparatus.
Yeah, people were booing, dude.
And I'd
Yeah,
like
didn't you
it was
get mad?
awesome. I think so.
I feel like he got mad.
I can understand that because
You
like
fucking fought, dude. You didn't fucking tell us. We were expecting your whole band and to hear all the great music that was super popular back when we were at least when I was a teenager. But then you come out and it's just you and a dude, and you play a few of your songs acoustically, and it was just
you got a bowl.
Just crazy.
It's out in the living. I can go get it.
Okay, but yeah, I was.
We were all expecting the band, and they played acoustic.
And like
fucking bullshit.
They were more exciting. Obviously, they're more exciting as a band. You're a lot more pumped to see the band. Then you get let down with this acoustic set.
I was extremely let down, and that's why I think people booed, because they were like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
But then Miss May I went on, and we were all like, "Yeah."
What concerts have you been to? A lot of concerts,
I've
Aaron?
been to one concert.
Your only concert's been that DaBaby show?
Yes.
Yep.
Who all
did we see, dude?
PNB Rock, Pop Smoke, a Boogie with a Hoodie, DaBaby,
That guy's fucking dumb.
Trap Manny,
Don Q.
The Boogie with the Hoodie was the dude that played that Sublime with the Rome show,
Yeah,
right?
yep.
Oh my god.
him.
Yeah, but that was back before he was big.
Yeah, that was.
He was going to college at Mansfield, wasn't he?
He was from downstate Pennsylvania, like
Oh.
Philly or something.
Because, like, all the kids at Mansfield, they all knew who the fuck he
Yeah,
was.
dude. Like as
They're all
soon
going
as
crazy.
as soon as,
But it was fucking terrible. It was so
it was pretty
bad.
bad.
He was good at the show we went to.
He was pretty good.
He's,
I'll get because like the rappers in the beginning, like Don Q and
Pop
shit.
Smoke.
Like Don Q, all he did was like,
Isn't Pop Smoke dead?
Yeah.
Yes.
All Don Q did was bitch at the sound guy, tell him turn it up, turn it up. What the fuck, motherfucker? Turn it up. Like he didn't rap anything. He just spent his whole time saying turn it up. And it's like
I
dude,
felt like when we saw A Boogie, we just like hung out with him and his friends while we listened to his music.
Yeah.
that's
that's
exactly what happened.
That's like the show that he put on was just like, all these guys love me. I'm just going to gather them all together
Yeah.
at this show and make them listen to my new album.
Yeah, so this is what happened at the show. First, when we got to the show, there was a girl rapper who opened up the show. I don't really remember her set. I can't remember if she was good or not.
Do you remember?
She was better. Like, I remember thinking
And
she
then-
was really
and
bad until A Boogie came on.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh, yeah, she wasn't that bad.
And then a boogie
Oh,
with
wait,
a hoodie.
that's the Mansfield
A
show.
boogie with a hoodie came on, and like he didn't rap anything really. He would like
He was, like, behind on his music
he had
that
like
he was rapping.
he had like 7 hype men on the stage with their
Just-
hoods up.
Dude,
and
they
just
were
standing
literally
there.
just standing in a row, standing
Like
there with
that.
their arms crossed,
And,
the
like-
entire fucking set.
A boogie with a hoodie was just running around on stage, dancing, looking at the crowd, and then he'd spit a few lines, like
Then he'd
2
stop
words,
while the
and then he'd
music
stop
played.
While the music played,
And sometimes
Remember
he
he
came
would-
in too early or too late.
Remember, every single song he opened up by like singing the hook before the song started.
Yeah, by
He would
himself
sing,
with
like-
no
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, with no music, he would just sing a line or two from the hook, and then the song would start, and then he would. That was it. He wouldn't do anything else until the song
for like
was
the
over.
next verse.
But the strangest thing is, as soon as he got off stage, like a whole swarm of people just followed him off the field.
Yeah,
Because
as once
it
he was
on
done,
the
they all
Mansfield.
left.
Yeah, which was weird, and I kept shouting, "Where are y'all going? The best part's next."
Remember
Meaning
the
Sublime and
guy
Rome.
that was running back
the
and
drunk
forth
guy.
in front of us, and he's
The
just
drunk
like,
guy.
"Boo this guy! Boo him!"
There was a few drunk guys who were like, fuck this music.
I don't know. I felt like a lot of the kids at Mansfield really didn't know who the fuck Sublime with Rome was.
Which sucks, man. I'm pretty
I mean,
sure
on.
most of them were there for a boogie with a hoodie.
Yeah,
But-
a good half of the crowd left when
We
Boogie with
had
the
like
Hoodie was
a
done.
neat little live porn set in front of us. A couple just fucking going. Not sex or anything, but they were fucking. Remember those two?
Just drunk.
We were
college
standing there
kids.
just leaning on a fence, and these drunk college kids were just making out hardcore and
Jesus.
just
In
right
front
in
of
right in
everybody.
front of us, dude.
right in front of everybody.
No care in the world, huh?
Not a.
I mean,
not-
they were
no-
trashed.
No,
No.
yeah. It doesn't matter when you're trash because you literally don't give a fuck about anything.
That's why I hate alcohol.
Yeah, me too, dude. I don't
He
really.
probably got in trouble the next day for sexual assault or some shit.
Yeah, I know, right? She's a college girl that is just looking to turn another college
This
boy in or
motherfucker.
something.
There's a lot of those.
I shouldn't say that.
Nah, we won't make fun.
We won't make fun.
Yo, I saw a thing. You know who Steven Crowder is?
Yeah, like Steven
The
Crowder,
don't
dude. That guy
change my
cracks me up.
mind guy.
I have no idea.
So he's like,
He'll post up a table on fucking college campuses, and he'll put a sign on it that says something like
there's only two genders, change my mind.
yeah,
And then
or
he'll let
I don't believe in
college-
gun control,
Yeah,
change my mind.
He'll let college kids come up
Oh.
and just talk to him and debate him. Granted, I feel like he's kind of a dick when he does it, and like talking above people instead of to them.
Listen, yeah.
He's an excellent debater. Like he could
Maybe
be
that's
100,
what it is.
He could be 100% wrong, but he will win the debate just because he's so good at it. Especially, and that's the thing. Like what he does, posting up on a college campus like that, he's not going to people who are professionally trained in debating and know every part of that side. He's going to a place where people are going to get emotional about a subject. And he's not going to get emotional about it. He's going to be very calculated about
Right.
it. So when a lot of times he'll get people that come on and just want to argue with him, but don't really have the proper statistics or facts because they aren't prepared for a debate.
Like he
and
is.
he's there because he's prepared to debate somebody.
Right. Anyway, he's on the verge of maybe getting removed from YouTube.
Oh,
I mean, that's too
my.
bad because it's really like what he does is really
And
good.
it's not even a conservative, like that he's super conservative, but lately he's been doing videos on this one guy, and it's been like he's a queer, these freaking queer idea, and there's like this vicious intent when he's calling him a queer and a gay and stuff, and they're saying that he's kind of tiptoeing in the hate speech kind of thing with the way he's like, for instance, he said this freaking queer. You know what I mean? He's
I
like
probably
starting to
wouldn't say
use
it like
some.
that.
He's starting to use some slurs in a mean way, and it's starting to go a little too far. Like when he's talking about this dude. So now this I think his name was Vox, or he runs a channel called Vox or something, but obviously he's gay and stuff. And now he's like, I don't mind differing views and whatnot, but when you start throwing slurs around with a mean intent, it's starting to become hateful and kind of hate speechy and stuff.
Especially with, like, you could tell by the tone of somebody's voice too if they're actually using it in that certain manner.
But yeah, so he's on the verge of losing his YouTube channel.
I hope he doesn't because that change my mind shit's I think really important. I think what he does,
I think,
even though like I said he kind of like tilts it kind of in his favor
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit, but I still think it's really important because there's not a lot of that kind of dialogue being brought up by everybody. You know, a lot of people just want to push their side out but
Yeah.
not get any pushback from it. You
I
know?
know I am not very good on the spot. Like if a certain debate was to come up and I had to be intellectual about it, I kind of need to prepare.
Yeah, it'd be
what I
tough to
need
do
to
to
say.
just walk
I
by
can't- I
and see
can't
somebody
go-
who wants to debate and be like, I'm going to sit here
I
and debate this
cannot
guy.
go in blindly.
What's
with
a
it.
topic that you think you could just debate like right now?
Cannabis.
Cannabis?
Yeah.
I was gonna say music, but
Oh, I mean,
what's-
I could go on.
what exactly-
Music's
What are
definitely
you going to
something-
debate about music,
I was just gonna say, what exactly?
Because
is there
that's
to
all
debate
That's
about?
all opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in a way,
I mean, yeah, you're right, but like,
I guess when it comes to like
Yeah, you're
medical statistics, you could argue with, or you could.
Well, you could debate legalization of marijuana.
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
debate
Like
that
you could
for
debate
sure.
that. It's music. I don't think there's nothing to really debate about music.
Yeah,
like,
you know?
oh,
You could try and
you
debate
don't like
somebody.
country?
Yeah.
Well, let me debate you about it. No, I don't like country.
Tell me why you don't like country.
But if it was like, this is why we should make country illegal, I mean, you can debate about it.
It'd be pretty tough to fucking debate that.
Yeah, I'm just talking to my ass. I don't
Yeah,
really.
I feel that. We could make rap music illegal. How would you feel about?
Make rap music illegal.
Yeah, we don't need that shit.
It would
Hey, well, you know what? Since you brought that up, here's a great reason why they shouldn't get rid of Steven Crowder off of any kind of fucking platform, because they're not going to do the same thing with hip hop, because hip hop is full of hateful shit. And like I mean, go through YouTube and see all the hateful shit you see like rappers saying.
You're not completely wrong.
Same thing with Spotify. That's something that's come up when people trying to get Joe Rogan kicked off of Spotify. It's like, what? Like, how many fucking rappers have said so many worse things than Joe Rogan?
Yeah,
you know,
about specific rappers.
Same thing. Even if Steven Crowder is calling somebody a queer, like, how many? Like, are you gonna fucking go through all the rap songs on there that use the word faggot, and they're not using it playfully. They're using it in a derogatory manner.
Attila, dude.
Yeah.
Or fucking somebody like Biggie, who's got songs where he talks about fucking murdering people. Say Eminem has a song where he fucking murders his wife.
You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong at all.
It gets complicated with those words. Like faggot.
That's what you just let everybody fucking just say the words that they want to say.
In Attila's songs, like Franz, obviously he's using it as like, he's not saying,
like
you're gay, you're a faggot. He's using it as an insult. But then that goes back to, should you use that word as an insult? Because in a sense,
there's some words that just become so hateful. Like, I think some words have been used so much by a certain group of people, and that group of people is like, let's say white supremacists, for example, when they say
the N-word,
or something like that, like, it's clearly a hateful thing. Or when they say something about gays and use the F word, it's this extremely hateful thing, and that group uses it all the time. So it becomes a word that, don't use that word or I'm gonna assume you're a white supremacist.
But if I were to sit here and call you a faggot, it shouldn't be a problem.
I don't think so. I think because when we
but could you say you should be able to say the same thing about the N-word too, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, what's the difference? They're just fucking words. I feel like putting so much on the word itself detracts from the actual hate behind it. You know, there's so many racists out there that have probably never said the N-word. You know what I mean? So are they not racist just because they didn't use a fucking word, even though in their head they hate black people?
See, that's something.
Like you're distracting people from what actual hate is, and actual hate isn't using a fucking word. It's just a word.
Who decided that fuck was a bad word, dude? Like,
you've been asking this for
5
days now.
I just want to fucking know.
Even at our parents' Saturday, he's like, "Who said this is a bad word?
Because,
Who said this is a bad word?"
We were talking about, because Arya said piss pot. She called my dad a piss pot because that's what my parents call her.
I was gonna say, the way did she get that from you? I never heard you say that fucking word.
And like Jerry was saying, I don't think piss should even be a bad word. Blah blah blah. And I was like, who said fuck was a bad word, dude?
I think piss was a bad word.
I think it's an awesome word.
It's a stupid debate. Bad words, like the debate about bad words, is a stupid debate.
It is. I totally
it's just
agree
stupid.
With you. Like, how often do you swear in a day?
I can't even count.
Yeah, exactly.
I swear quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I probably say fuck. Like,
well, like Missy's like, you gotta calm down because of Leo, because I mean he's starting to repeat, and
yeah, for sure.
It's hard to change who I've been since I was 15 years old.
Yeah, dude,
this is how I've talked since I was 15 years old, maybe even earlier than that. It's gonna be hard to change.
Around Arya and shit. I mean, I still speak my
right
language.
There, Arya and shit. You could have just said stuff, but no.
Yeah,
you should have just said Arya, because it's not like you have any other kids.
Yeah,
you literally could have just stopped at Arya.
But that's how you talk, dude.
Yeah,
you say shit,
and like Arya, she repeats, but like she doesn't repeat all the time. She knows that she's not supposed to say certain things. And, like, sometimes she's just like, whatever.
It's kind of fun getting little kids to say swear words.
It's kind of fun. It's always one of those moments where you laugh while you're telling them, no, don't say that.
Yeah. I was thinking about, I got Arya to call her Uncle Matt a dumbass. That
really?
made me laugh, yeah. It was at your parents' house. I don't remember if you were even there or not, but you had to have been, because I think you and Jerry were talking about Matt. And I just heard you guys mention him, and I looked at Arya. I was like, Arya, can you say Uncle Matt's a dumbass? And she goes, Uncle Matt's a dumbass. I was like, yes, he is.
I made a video before that I threw on TikTok. I was gonna, You remember that stupid fucking challenge where people are like throwing cheese on everybody's faces?
Yeah.
I thought that was the funniest challenge. I
Well,
laughed so hard.
I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it to Arya, and like, I had my video going, and I go up to her, and I was like, "Hey," and I threw the cheese at her, and I completely fucking missed. And like, I went out. I was like, when I, and you want to know the sad part is she was standing right in front of me, and I still fucking missed. But anyways, the cheese went on the floor, and I went over to grab it, and I was like, "Fuck!" Arya runs over. She goes, "Fuck!" and runs away. And I started laughing. I was like, "No,
Aaron, is your
say-"
baby saying anything yet? Making any noises? Talking?
She says some stuff.
She
like,
repeating?
Yes.
She's not saying fucking
How old is she
fucking
now?
shit and piss, is she?
I don't know, it's 20 months maybe, 21 months.
Oh. So, you can't just say a year.
A year and something.
It went,
Almost 2 years.
Probably after 2 years that counts. Everyone counts months until.
I mean,
2
when
years.
when my kid was 1,
I-
all the way up until like a month before he turned 2, I was like, he's 1.
I did the same thing. I always tell
And then a
people,
month before 2, you were just like, he's almost 2.
because well,
There was like a couple weeks before he turned 2, I started saying he turns 2 on this day. Like,
I
know.
used to get into conversations with people where they're like, I'll be like, "What's their age?" And they're like, "He'll be 7 in July, for example," and I'll be like, "So he's 6." Well, he'll be 7 in July. That means he's 6.
he'll be 7 in July. Well, July's 6 months away.
Well,
so he's
well, it's November, so
He's 6. And I used to tell people all the time, like, your kid is this age until they are the
come
new
on,
age.
like seriously, he's 24 months.
He's 6.
2.
He's
You mean he's 2?
he's 6.5. He's 6.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah, I know. I just like that.
Some
could you
people.
imagine if you were
some
still
feathers
doing that? Like when
sometimes.
people asked you how old you were like 360 months.
Well, I just got to the 365th day, so that
I think there's a
means-
website somewhere that you can look up, put in your birth date, and it'll give you how many days total you've been alive.
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested in that.
I think ours was like 11,000 something.
Really? That's
I
pretty
think so.
wild.
I mean, there's
I wonder
300.
if it'll go all the way down to seconds.
I
I
don't
want to know how many seconds I've been alive.
That'd probably be.
But I also don't know the time that I was born either.
I bet you.
I mean, your parents probably know. It's on your birth certificate.
Yeah, I don't care that. I don't care. I don't even care enough to
I
ask
want to
them.
know, but I don't want to know.
Yeah.
we were talking about this past weekend at my parents' house. We were talking about ancestry and how we're curious to know where our ancestry's from. And like they mentioned ancestry.com. Would you ever swab yourself
No.
and send it in?
I don't give
to
a
fuck-
I don't care enough to do something like
See,
that.
that's what I was saying too. Like, I don't care enough about my.
Oh, you're 10% this and 5% that, and it'd be
I'm
like
more interested
no.
in finding out what kind of dog my dog is than what kind of person I am.
I have a friend that did that with her dog, and
The
thought about
ancestry
it.
thing?
Send me a list of everything that they're.
It'll
that's
tell
in
you
their dog.
what kind of breeds your dog
She's got
is.
like
If
she got
they're
like
mixed.
pit bull in there, Rottweiler, German Shepherd, or
Kristen
some
did.
shit. Yeah,
Kristen did
yep,
with her dog.
Yep,
Oh wow.
that's who I'm talking about.
I didn't know you could do it with
Yeah,
dogs.
dude.
I mean, I guess.
I think you've been able to do it with dogs
Her
longer
dog-
than they've been able to do it with humans.
Her
Oh, no
dog's
shit.
her dog's fucking beautiful. That's a great looking dog.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen her dog?
Yeah, I've seen her dog. Before.
I've seen
Beautiful.
pictures.
She
Beautiful
posts
dog.
pictures all the time, man.
Yeah, that's true. Beautiful dog. Do you have any pets, Aaron?
I have 2 cats.
2 cats.
I
Yeah,
love cats. I want to
dude.
I want to get another kitten because I don't know. A dog's just out of the question right now. But I think, like, when we went to our brother Travis's house, he has a kitten, and that kitten was so playful, and Leo loved it. He had so much fun, and it made me. I was like, I don't want to give him a sibling, but we can get a kitten
Yeah.
to play with.
Jerry wants a cat so bad.
I want a baby tiger.
Whoa, dude. Good luck with
Way
that
out
one.
there,
It'd be
way
so great, dude.
way out there.
Just have a trained tiger go with me everywhere I go.
People would never. They would not fuck with you ever.
You're getting a lion. You ever heard of a dog? You can get past the dog. Nobody fucks with a lion.
I looked up in the tree and there's a fucking lion, the fucking king of the jungle, man. So naturally, I called the 5-0.
Have you ever seen Grandma's Boy?
No.
Oh,
my
dude.
God.
Oh, my God. You need to watch that movie.
So there's a movie night. We gotta watch
Yeah,
The Wedding Singer, and we gotta watch
We'll have to do Grandma's Boy
Grandma's
with
Boy.
him.
Dude, I watched. Blake and I used to have movie nights because I was like, man, I was telling him about old school movies and shit, and he was like, no, I haven't seen that one. No, I haven't seen that one. And I'm like, dude, you would laugh your fucking ass off. Like we had a movie night. We watched Grandma's Boy. He loved it. We watched Beavis and Butthead Do America. He loved it.
Nice.
Jerry
dude.
absolutely hates Beavis and Butthead.
I was gonna say, I feel like she was probably like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Do America is such an awesome movie.
It
too.
is. It's so goddamn funny. And I mentioned, Brad sent me a snap one time. Do you even know who Beavis and Butthead is, Aaron?
Yeah, but they're stupid.
Oh,
Well, yeah, that's the point.
That is
They're not
wrong.
supposed to be intelligent.
I don't like that kind of stuff.
Aaron's
kind of
not a
humor?
cartoon guy. Whatever.
It's okay,
But
dude.
when you sent me that one snap and said Beavis and Butthead would be doing a new season or whatever, and I was like, Jerry, did you hear that? And Jerry's just like, I don't care. I hate 'em.
I don't care, Chad.
I'm with you, Jerry.
I'm just like, come on, dude. Dude.
What kind of shows do you like? What do you watch?
You seem like the type of guy that watches those shows of people working,
I watch like 60
like
Days
the lumber
In.
yards and shit.
What's 60 Days In?
It's about people who volunteer to go to jail for 60 days.
Oh, that.
So like,
thing.
kind of like, are you like into reality shows like that
Oh, yeah.
He
altogether?
loves The Bachelor, dude.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Loves it.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Is it something you sit down and watch by yourself or like with Ashley?
Me and Ashley sit down and
I was
watch
gonna say, if you watch it by yourself, it's so weird.
What
I
exactly?
think that's my opinion.
I want to call you one of those words we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. You guys are assholes.
What exactly do you like about The Bachelor?
He doesn't.
I
Ashley
don't-
does.
I don't
dude.
honestly know. I just think I like that it's always, you never know what's going to happen.
You like the
Suspense.
drama
The
aspect of it?
suspense.
The suspense of it?
So you probably watch like American Idol and shit.
No, I
The
don't like
Voice?
I don't like American Idol or The Voice.
What's that other one? The Masked Singer.
Me and Ashley
Hey.
watched The Masked Singer.
I liked The Masked Singer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's always cool to find out who's behind that
Yeah,
mask.
and they're famous, so it's cool.
Some of them
Can actually sing.
yeah.
Some
Some
of
of
them
them it's
can.
surprising. Some of them it's like, they can't sing, and some of them you're like, I know exactly who that is. Like,
Lil Wayne.
yeah, I was just gonna say the Lil Wayne one. So the first show, there was
Now, did the judges and stuff get like hints?
yes,
They
they
get
got
clues.
clues. They get like so the people in the mask or the suit or whatever, they do like this video thing that gives clues in their video, and they don't give the clues outright. The judges have to guess what the clues are. So like all the they always pick, like some of them pick the same person, some of them pick somebody that's way out of range. But the one episode of the one season, a robot came out and he was terrible at singing, and he had that really voice, and I was like, that sounds like fucking Lil Wayne, dude. Sure as shit, it was fucking Lil Wayne.
I mean, I doubt he can sing anything.
Oh, dude, he can't sing.
I
Just
can't
always
even do
sounds
a
like
Little
he's
Wayne.
high on cough syrup.
Yeah,
I can't even do a
probably
Lil
is.
Wayne impression, dude.
He said the only reason he did the show was because his kids were really big fans of the show, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna."
Aw,
Yeah, I
that's
know, right?
cute.
I didn't know
Hey
he had
kids, I'm gonna
kids.
show you I can do whatever I want.
And
Nice.
he just.
Nice, dude.
I mean, dude, if I knew I couldn't sing, I would not sing
He's
in
got-
front of.
he's got those cojones, dude.
Yeah, but everything's auto-tuned now, so people don't have to learn how to sing.
Yeah, but
Like,
on that
learning how
show,
to sing, it doesn't matter.
they were just given a microphone and they had to sing with their own voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so there was no like auto tuning going on.
I kind of want to see the Lil Wayne episodes to just hear
Dude,
how he sings.
He literally sings like this.
You
He
can
sings the
tell
same
he's
way he
Lil Wayne.
raps.
Yeah, you exactly.
like right away.
And you can exactly.
Do you see in the judges' faces like I know who this? Fucking
No,
is.
they acted like, oh, this is pretty good. Like, I can't believe you can sing, Lil Wayne. Like, no, he can't sing. You guys are just being nice to him.
It's terrible. Where's Simon Cowell?
We're all sitting at home, like,
I know. Wasn't that the best part of those shows? The fact that there was somebody there who would just trash the
Yeah.
person if they weren't good.
Yeah.
Like if they're all just gonna suck the guy's dick, like what's
You
the
know,
point?
a part of me, I think that shit is absolutely hilarious. But there's also a part of me that looks at it like these are just fucking rich people laughing at people with nothing, and they're trying out for a reality show,
yeah. You need.
and they're like just making fun of them. But there's so much to it.
Remember when Paula Abdul used to get wasted with doing the fucking
You ever seen
American
her?
Idol?
You ever seen her interview?
Really?
Finny, when she was drunk, she did that interview on the news or whatever.
Well, I used to watch American Idol, and she was always fucking wasted. Like you could just tell, she's like slurred her words and shit. She just
Really?
looked so bougie.
She was having a good time.
Is that why like they always made fun of that little clap thing she did? She was like, you know what?
Kind of, yeah. Have you ever seen the interview she did?
Mm-mm.
She did an interview where it was blatant that she was drunk as fuck. Like you could, she was
Is
like
that,
Cody was saying.
is that one of the
slurring
reasons
her
they
words?
got rid of her? Like
It had to be.
she was done with the show after the
Dude, you should look up
certain
the
season.
You should look up the interview, and I guarantee you'll laugh because, like, she's so drunk. She's so drunk on live TV.
I watched the interview they did the other day. The other day, I watched the interview they did with Matt and Trey on the red carpet while they were tripping on acid.
And they were wearing dresses.
Yep,
Oh.
and wigs.
That was a good one.
Well, one of them was wearing a wig.
They weren't wearing wigs, were they? I thought his hair
Trey
just
was
like that.
wearing wig, but Matt wasn't. Matt,
Yeah, he's
Matt
already-
had his poofy.
He's
curly
already he's
hair.
already got crazy hair as
Yeah.
it is.
Have you watched the fucking vaccination special yet?
dude, so I got on southpark.com and I watched.
I thought you had HBO.
It's on HBO now?
Yes.
It's about fucking time.
It was on HBO the next day.
So I must
I
have got.
couldn't find it.
It was the next night I got on. It was on.
I got on the next day.
I couldn't find
Not
it.
the next day, but it was. So
I got on the next night. It
I
was
must-
later. It was like
I was
9 or
gonna
10
say,
o'clock.
'cause
The
I
next
got
night.
I got on at like 8 in the morning and it wasn't on there. So I was like, "Fuck! I'll wait till tomorrow." And when you told me, "Oh, it was on here tonight," I was like, "I must have got on too early then." and I
Usually-
watched it the next morning.
Usually when I get home from work, I look up something to watch and I eat something and watch something. And I wanted to watch the Vaccination Special. So I got on HBO the next night after that Wednesday. I went to South Park and I went to season 24 and it had the pandemic special, but the Vaccination Special was not on there. So I went to the website and I started watching it on the website. I probably got a quarter of the way through it. And then all of a sudden it went black and it said, your content will be viewable soon. And then I waited like 15 minutes and never came back. So I was
That's weird.
I was like, fuck this.
So you got to the part where they made it look like the teacher had her period.
Yes, that's
That
the
was-
farthest I got.
That fucking made me laugh so hard.
That was so funny. So, why are you telling everybody that we did this? I mean,
You'll. The rest of the
I feel
episode's
like you made
good.
it halfway through almost.
The rest of the episode's really good. I mean, that part. I mean, that's
That
not
part's
too
a-
far in the beginning.
Yeah, but the
too
part
far
where
in the middle.
where fucking Kyle's like, why does everybody think we did this?
Yeah.
I feel like that's about
that-
halfway through.
Yeah, maybe.
okay, then maybe I did watch
There's-
that.
there's
Did you
a
get
lot-
to
I
any of the
mean-
Mr. Garrison parts?
When he got back into town and he went.
Okay, so you did
Yeah.
make
Grocery-
it. You did make it a little
And-
bit of ways.
He has this
Mr.
Mr. Service. Yeah,
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
it was
It's
fucking
so
great.
dope.
Did you like it? Because I know Kristen
did.
said she didn't like it.
Kristen
I
didn't like
thought
the
it-
special.
She
I don't
thought it
think
was
so.
all right, but I thought it'd be more funny because it's South Park. But I still think it was a very good episode. Like, it was very well put together, and like, it was a good episode. It just wasn't as funny as I hoped it would be.
I don't know. I laughed a lot in that first half. Mr. Service, that made
Dude,
me
I
laugh
laughed
so
at that
fucking
part
hard.
for sure. I laughed at that part
dude,
for sure.
it's Mr. Slave.
When the
Basically,
fucking teacher thinks she had her period or whatever, and Cartman's just laughing in the fucking classroom.
Kenny's busting a
Yeah.
gut.
you have no idea what we're talking about.
Do you watch South Park?
Never watched it.
Really? Do you not like any of that fucking humor?
No, I just think
Like,
it's dumb.
do you watch? You don't watch Family Guy or
No.
anything like that? No shit.
Mhm.
Just reality shows.
No, I don't know.
You watch Friends, right?
I used to, yeah.
You used to watch Friends.
I would watch it now.
You
Fresh
like-
Prince of Bel Air is good.
Do you like drama shows? Like Criminal Minds?
I
or
like Criminal Minds.
NCIS or some
No,
whatever.
I
the
don't
fuck.
like that. CSI Miami is alright.
Okay. You like Criminal
See,
Minds?
I don't care about any of those shows.
Not even a little.
I like Criminal Minds.
I like.
that.
Dude,
shit.
I love comedy's my thing. I hate anything.
Oh
that's
yeah,
not
me
comedy.
too. Me too. But like
I don't
Jerry-
hate it, but
Jerry's all up into those. She likes drama shows and stuff.
I'm more of a movie kind of guy.
really,
You know
I don't.
what?
I don't watch a lot of movies
Anymore.
anymore. I used to watch
movies on
movies
the
like
daily.
crazy, but
Aaron
now,
probably has more familiarity with movies that we've watched. Cause like shit, we were talking about Black Sheep and Tommy Boy the other
Speaking
week.
of movies, they are making another Walking Tall.
Really?
I saw some about
Yeah,
that.
With
Charlotte Flair was cast in it. I don't know if she's gonna be the main person, but she was cast in it. She might be the love interest that he has in the movie.
Who?
I don't
So I
know.
take it WWE still owns the rights then? If they're
Did
gonna
they own
cast
the
Charlotte
rights when The
Flair-
Rock
Flair-
did it?
I don't know.
I assume. I
What-
assume it was like a WWE movie.
Yeah, but that's when The Rock was out in Hollywood on his own. He wasn't doing WWE
Do you
stuff.
think? What if they made Charlotte Flair the main character?
It'd probably suck because she's never acted before, right?
I mean, isn't the WWE
Wrestling.
just a act?
Yeah, but that's
It's
badass.
I mean,
different.
they
though, yeah.
act.
They don't
She
really.
can act like a badass. She acts like a badass all the time.
Yeah, she does.
I mean,
She's
but not very many wrestlers have actually like broken through as good actors. Though.
As good as The Rock.
The
at
Ro-
least.
he's like the only
Rock.
one.
Yeah, The Rock is fucking.
Like Hulk Hogan tried it and it was
It
terrible.
was terrible.
Yeah,
So
Rowdy,
terrible.
Roddy Piper had a few good movies.
He
and
did.
He was in a couple good shows.
Mr. Nanny.
Fucking
Suburban
Suburban Commando.
Dude.
But Santa Claus with the muscles.
Oh
Santa
my
with
God.
muscles.
Santa with muscles.
Fuck that movie.
What the fucking No Holds Barred.
That was even worse.
That was
Zeus.
fucking terrible. These are old.
Dude,
movies.
what about Triple H and the Chaperone, dude?
That actually
He
wasn't
was
a
in,
bad
um,
movie.
He was in Blade Trinity too.
Yeah,
He
see,
was.
and he got a lot of shit
Dude,
for
yeah,
that
he did,
role.
but I thought he did
it was-
great.
I was gonna say, I thought it was cool.
Well, people talked a lot of shit about that movie. Period.
I don't get. I watched that movie over and over again.
A lot
love
of
that
people
movie.
say that fucking because you'll notice Wesley Snipes doesn't have like any fucking word. Like he doesn't say anything throughout the whole movie. A lot of the times, it's like fucking Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Biel talking to him, and then he just kind of grunts.
Yeah,
Right.
So
Wasn't that
people were
something-
saying that like he didn't remember any of his lines because he spent all day in his trailer getting high.
Yeah,
Wasn't that
I saw a couple interviews where they were saying that Wesley Snipes was kind of a dick to work with.
I also seen.
Everybody I saw just said that he was just high all the time. Like he
I
just spent all of his time in his trailer smoking pot.
I also seen one thing. Somebody said, it might have been the director or something. Since he was so hard to work with, they gave him as little lines as possible. Kind of what you're saying, how it was mostly just Jessica Biel and is that her name?
Jessica Biel and Ryan
Yeah,
Reynolds.
Jessica Biel and Ryan Reynolds talking mostly, and Wesley Snipes just kind of.
Like, they would
whatever.
say something to him, and he would literally just look at him and go, ugh. And that's like all he did throughout the whole movie. And then when it came time to like kill vampires, he just turned into a badass at the time. You know?
You think this is a joke?
Have you ever seen Blade Trinity?
Or any of the Blade movies?
No.
Damn,
I
yo.
thought
fucking
you
great
saw some
movies.
movies that we.
What movies do you like?
Oh, you guys are all naming movies I've never heard of.
What kind of movies? What's your genre of movie?
Talk right into that microphone.
That
Now.
you
Get
love.
right up close to that microphone.
I like all sorts of movies. Just
Name a couple movies.
Give me your top 3.
I don't
No
have- I don't-
order.
I don't have favorite.
It's hard to pick favorites.
I know too many movies.
What would you rather watch? Comedy, horror, action,
adventure?
mystery?
It depends on my mood, I guess.
Yeah, I'm the same way. See, that's how I am with music too.
I like action movies a lot, but I like thrillers are good too. Horror movies, comedy.
You watch old movies or new movies?
I like 90s movies are really good. Early 2000 movies are good.
I agree with that statement. 80s movies, they were all right,
Cheesy.
and then some of them were cheesy.
Cheese. That acting. That
Sometimes the
acting back then.
cheesiness is what makes it fun.
Yeah, I
though.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Chris Farley was a really good actor.
Chris Farley was the man, dude.
Oh, like you were mentioning. So you've seen like Tommy Boy and Black Sheep.
Almost
Yeah.
famous.
Almost
Or
famous.
Almost Heroes.
Almost Heroes.
yeah,
Almost
there you
famous.
go.
is the
I was-
one about the band.
I actually
Yeah.
told him. I
I've
told
never
him
seen
about
that
the
one.
movie.
Really? That's
I
one of
was-
my favorite Chris Farley movies.
I was
so
looking
good.
up,
It's
dude.
good.
I want to
Matthew,
watch it.
dude,
It's
him
great.
and Matthew Perry in that movie, they do so well together.
Yeah, they do.
Dude, Matthew Perry, man, that part where
Dude.
where he's in the tent and they like drink.
He's having a seizure.
He
or
drinks the
something.
water or something.
And just before that, she sends Chris Farley out to get like an eagle's egg.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and he keeps eating
And
the egg.
he keeps eating it or dropping it or something. And then like he gets
He
a
keeps
whole one. He
eating
gets
it.
back to the camp, and she cracks it open, and she's like, "I just needed the shell." He's like, "Oh."
She just dumps all the egg on the ground. And the eagle, doesn't the eagle come back and like throw him off a
Yeah.
cliff? Oh man, I
yeah,
love that
dude,
movie.
you need to watch that movie. That's a good one.
That guy gets his ear cut off. And the other dude's trying to talk into it. He's like, "I can hear you." He's like, "Yeah, because you're standing right next to him."
Have you? So he hasn't really played like major characters except for those movies.
Chris Farley.
I mean, he was in fucking Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison,
Beverly Hills
but he
Ninja.
wasn't. Oh yeah, I forgot about that
Yeah,
one.
Beverly
That
Hills
movie
Ninja.
was pretty cool.
He was
I
in
totally
Wayne's World,
That's
too.
on fucking.
Wayne's World. Yep.
I think that's on Netflix.
Coneheads. He was in Coneheads.
Yo,
But
you're
he
right.
wasn't like a main character
Fuck.
in Coneheads.
fucking Coneheads.
Like
He
in
was the
Wayne's
very
World, he
end,
wasn't
right?
a main character.
He was like he got a little bit closer to a main character in Wayne's World too.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
at least in the movie more. Have you seen the Wayne's World movies?
I've seen some of them, bits and pieces.
They're fucking.
They're-
They're great.
those are
That's
great
great
movies.
pieces of '90s cinema right
Yeah,
there.
Yes,
they had
yes,
all
sir.
them great.
You know,
Mike Myers.
I was
and
gonna say
fucking,
Mike Myers, dude.
What the
Austin
hell's what's
Powers.
his name?
Austin
the guy
Powers.
who plays Garth.
The Spy Who
Oh
Shagged Me.
shit, man.
Dana Carvey.
Dana
Dana
Carvey.
Carvey,
Yep.
He
yeah.
was great.
Dude, Mike Myers' best, his like Austin Powers and Wayne's World were the only movies that I liked from Mike Myers.
Yeah, he did. Apparently, he was hard to work with, but he did some like other drama movies and shit that
Yeah,
was completely
There's
bombed.
there's one that Jerry had that I was like, oh my god, Mike Myers is in a. It was like a.
It was weird.
It was called So I Married an Axe Murderer.
I've seen that movie.
That
Yeah.
movie was so fucking dumb. Like I was like, oh, it's got Mike Myers. He's fucking cool. And
I recall
Jerry and
feeling
I-
the same way, like watching it solely because Mike Myers was in it, and then being like, "Oh, this is really underwhelming."
Have you seen The Love Guru?
yeah,
Never
and
heard
I
of it.
hated it.
Don't.
Don't.
It's
don't
that's
ever.
like the movie that ended his career.
Yeah, it'll make you. It'll make you
It's
look.
so bad. So like apparently in that, because again he was hard to work with. Apparently in The Love Guru, he wanted just like complete writing and creative control and whatnot. So all of that movie is just all his ideas.
Okay.
and they're
and it
like,
just
they're
completely-
like
Apparently,
it
his
was terrible.
ideas aren't very good.
Yeah.
all the jokes are like silly puns,
And they're like almost reused from the Austin Powers movies.
yeah, it's weird.
It's not good.
Don't ever watch it.
Don't. It's. I'm not even gonna tell you where you can find it.
Have you ever
So I don't
heard
want
of
you to
Rose
watch
Red?
Yeah, dude.
Yo, isn't that
Cody doesn't like Stephen King.
I don't like his books. What's what's
The
Rose
movie
It's
Rose
this-
Red.
isn't
Red? I
that
like
so
Stephen King
Stephen-
movies. I
Oh,
just don't.
word?
I don't like his books. I don't like reading his writing.
It's a good movie.
I
Okay.
like
Isn't
his
that
movies.
movie?
All these people they
It's
like
like-
stay in a house or a mansion or something. right?
Evelyn Rinbauer.
Doesn't. How long is that movie? Isn't it
It's
like
It's
like
like
two?
fucking old.
I was
Yeah.
gonna
long.
say, isn't it
It
like
had
a
like
two-parter?
two-
or
it
There's
had-
something?
it's like 4 some
The
hours
movie
long.
we had the movie back in like on VHS
Yeah, we had
and it had the
VHS
two.
tapes.
It had two cassettes
Yep.
in the case.
My mom had the same thing.
Oh, word. I remember Stephen King's A Storm of the Century.
That was a good. I like
That
that one.
fucking movie was awesome.
That one was cool.
Cody, you should definitely find Rose Red and watch
Yeah,
it.
dude, that
I'll
was
look it up.
actually a movie that, like, back when we started the podcast, when we were gonna do like movie reviews, Rose Red was actually gonna be a movie that I mentioned. I think you probably like.
I might like
It's
it. I like.
It's
I
like
really.
it's kind of like a mindfuck horror kind of deal.
It scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Yeah,
I
dude,
really like
same.
Stephen King. I think he's a really creative guy. It's just reading his fucking writing is just so. He's not a good writer. Like, I don't care. I don't understand how he got to be such a famous writer because his writing is just so uninteresting to me.
Yeah.
It's just so boring.
Boring writing, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the characters he creates are obviously really interesting. You know, like Pet Sematary is a fucking awesome movie.
Does he just not say enough
I like
about the
Pet
characters,
Sematary.
or like?
I didn't. Did
Oh,
you?
I haven't
watch-
read it. I haven't tried to read one of his books in a while, so I probably couldn't really give it a proper criticism
Oh,
right
okay.
The
now.
last
Okay.
time I read a Stephen King book was in 8th grade.
That's a really.
I
long
read The
time ago.
Eyes of the Dragon.
The last book. The last
It was
book.
so long. It was so fucking.
The last
It's like-
book that I actually read was Corey Taylor's Seven Deadly Sins, and I didn't even read the whole thing. I probably read like half of it. But
Do you read?
that was like, you don't read it.
He didn't even want to read the cover of the book for sound check.
I haven't.
Oh, that's right. He did say.
He
He
literally
already
said, "I hate reading."
I do. Like, the teachers made me read in school. Like, we'd have to sit and read for like a half hour or whatever. I didn't get very far.
I used to love reading in school too, but like sometimes the books that I wanted to do for like book reports and shit, the teachers wouldn't really approve of. Like I'd try to do like a Hunter S. Thompson. Like I
Yeah.
tried to do. I got Mrs. Is it Kimmicks maybe? She was okay
I
with me
remember her.
doing Hell's Angels. But I remember there was a teacher that wouldn't let me do Fear and Loathing in Las
She-
Vegas.
she-
Mr. Beck wouldn't let me do I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell.
Yeah, because Mr.
Kim-
Beck's a fucking weirdo.
Kimmicks was actually the teacher that when I was in that one science class and she wanted us to do a project on a plant, David Conklin and I were going to do cannabis, and she's like, no.
It wasn't Kimmicks. Kimmicks was a
No,
science
it was,
teacher.
It was Kimmicks, dude.
Well, no,
I
I'm
swear
talking
it
about
was-
who I'm talking about.
Oh.
Because Kimmicks was a science teacher then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of an English teacher.
Oh, okay.
She was an English teacher when I was in school.
I was going to say, I think Kimmicks
Kimmicks was an English
moved
teacher.
around a couple times of teaching certain subjects.
Blonde,
even when
blonde
we were
hair,
in school.
kind of short, long
She's-
blonde hair.
She's blonde hair, really skinny.
The one I'm thinking of, I don't think was that skinny.
I mean,
I don't know.
It's been a long
Yeah,
time.
it's
since
been a
we-
long time. It could have been. No, I'm not thinking of Mrs. Kimmicks at all. I'm
You
thinking of a
thinking of
complete.
Davison?
Maybe.
What was the class
She's
that?
Maybe.
the 11th grade English teacher, I'm pretty sure.
Well-
She might be 12th. I meant
Oh, she
10th
still
grade.
teaches at Troy?
She,
Davison? I remember
When
Davison.
I was there, she
I'm
was.
thinking of the one whose husband used to be a football coach. I think he was Travis's football coach.
Rogers?
Schroeder,
Schroeder?
No.
Skipper.
Skipper
No.
used to be Travis's coach.
But her, either way, she was a blonde. She taught English.
Who was the big dude with the white hair? Started with a V,
What about
I think.
Van Blarkum?
It wasn't Van Blarkum.
Had like a weird
I
Italian
know.
name.
I know what you're talking about, dude.
I
I,
think
know exactly. what you're-
Vermilia or something like
Yeah,
that? Coach
yeah.
Vermilia? Was it him?
I don't remember.
He
that.
wasn't
I don't
a
recall that
teacher.
name.
No, his wife.
Oh,
Yeah, her. I know that her husband, whoever it was, her husband at one point was a coach.
what was the class that Bowers taught?
American
History.
history.
We did
10th grade, I believe.
myself, and
Yeah, you and Jerry.
You
know
have
exactly
him, you
what
have
you're
him
talking
too,
about.
Aaron?
you know exactly
Bowers?
what you know exactly what I'm gonna talk about.
Yeah, y'all did a fucking report on hippies.
Yeah, we wanted to do the history of, cause like it was something like pick a relevant thing in history that happened and do a project on it. So I was like, can we do the history of cannabis plant? And he's like, no, but you can do something that relates to it. And I was like, well, what the fuck are we gonna do? And Bowers was like, how about the hippie movement? And Jerry and I were like, hell yeah.
I just remember you guys like showing up to school with like tie dye. Jerry had those like Janis Joplin glasses, the perfect circle sunglasses.
Dude, he was a fucking Jerry. He's a
It was-
fucking riot.
It was a good project, and I'm pretty sure we got it passed in grades. So what's up?
I don't remember what I did.
Mr. Bowers is
It
one of those
was-
guys. If you could make him laugh, he was gonna pass you.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we made him laugh.
I don't think he liked me.
It happened with Mr. Voorhees and me and David Conklin. We did a whole thing on legalizing marijuana, a whole debate, and we just made him laugh the whole time, and we literally did no work, did nothing, and
So-
he still gave us 100%.
So
That's
like,
awesome.
do you remember things you said, or were you just like? It's
I think it
fucking
was a
great.
debate, and we weren't prepared. So the things that we said were just didn't make any sense, and we got fucking high before coming in. We got fucking high, and it was the
In
first
10th
class.
grade.
No, this was Mr. Voorhees, so this was senior year.
Oh, okay.
So it was the first period class, so we were fucking ripped. Like we literally like smoked a bowl and walked into the fucking class to do a marijuana debate. And I think it wasn't necessarily what we were saying. It was that the people that we were debating were so like prepared and like trying to do a real debate, and me and David were just high off our asses, like screaming at them.
So
I just
the-
remember the whole. I don't remember what we said. I barely remember any of it. I just remember everybody was laughing at us.
They were probably like, "These motherfuckers are high right now."
I think Mr.
This
Voorhees
this
knew.
is what would happen if we legalized it.
What
What's
was,
these fucks?
What was that one lady's name that she used to I don't know if she taught a computer class or she helped us with our senior projects.
Mondoc?
Yeah, that girl. I'm pretty sure she kicked me out of her class one time because she thought I was high, which I totally was. It was first period. And we were working on our senior projects. And she came up to me. She said, "Mr. Walker, why do you smell funny?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's my cologne."
Mrs. Mondoc, why do you know what I smell like?
Oh,
Why?
yeah,
how
that's
do you
what I
know what?
should've-
How do you know what that is?
that's what I should have said, dude.
It's one of those questions for you to get that guilt look on your face. She shut the door in my face once, and I fucking walked off.
I never
Really?
liked her.
Skipped her class. I was literally walking to her room. The bell went off, and I was like right there, but I wasn't before the bell. And like as I was walking to the door, she looked at me in the eyes and just proceeded to just like shut the door behind her. And I was right there, and she shut the door, and I stopped. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not going to class. So I went up to the Commons building and fucked around in
Just
the gym.
fucked around.
I went to Miss Radcliffe's for a little bit and hung out. I told her exactly what happened. She's like, all right, I won't tell anybody that you're here or anything, but she'll probably write you up for skipping.
Dude, we used to hang out.
Yeah, I
She
went
would have wrote you up for being late if you showed up. Like if you walked in, even though it was
Yeah.
like as the bell was ringing, she still probably would have given you a fucking detention
Yeah.
for being late. She was that type of bitch.
Radcliffe was the person I always went to when I skipped, but I wanted to stay at school for some reason.
Well,
She never told on me or anything.
I skipped school quite a bit. I don't know.
It's why I didn't get to walk
My
at fucking
jun-
graduation
my
because I was
junior
just
year-
never in class.
My junior year was pretty bad. I missed like 22
I'd
days.
say my junior year is probably my worst year in school.
My
That was-
senior year was my worst.
It's just one of those, because like our parents were working and they were gone before we went to school, and they came home after we had been
Already
like
gotten
off the
home.
bus, so they didn't know if we skipped school or not. So it was super easy to skip.
It was the same thing with me and my brother. My parents were they were gone before we left, and they got back after we got home if we rode the bus.
Yeah, so it didn't matter. They would never know unless they got a call or a letter in the mail or something.
I
saying
thought they
why-
would because I missed a lot of days, but
Right?
never did. Got away with it.
Yeah. If you missed 20
And I
days,
passed my junior year.
then I probably missed that many days too.
I remember they used to fucking threaten us with like, you have to do all of your detentions or you're not going to graduate.
Yeah.
I did not do all of my detentions. I didn't walk in graduation, but I still got my diploma.
Yeah.
Like they didn't hold anything back because I didn't go to detention. I don't think they can do that.
Yeah.
I don't
And that's
think
my
they can
theory.
either.
Like I really don't. They might be able to tell you can't walk at graduation, but
Yeah.
I don't think they can hold the diploma back
No.
if all of your
Not
teachers
if
pass
you-
you.
yeah.
If you got all of your proper credits, I don't think they're allowed to
This
just
isn't-
not give you a diploma
This
because you
isn't
didn't go to
fucking-
detention.
This isn't fucking jail, motherfucker.
Yeah, for
No,
real.
that's probably super illegal.
Detentions were so stupid. I went to one detention. And then I never went back. I had one time, I got, let's see, what was it? Abrew was like trying to give me a Saturday detention. And I was like, I'm not going to come to school on a Saturday. And she's like, well, we're going to have to suspend you then. I was like, that's fine.
Perfect.
That's fine.
I didn't know that was an option. You could, from now on, skip right over the Saturday and give me a day the fuck off.
Don't even tell me about a Saturday because you know I'm going to say no. Dude, I got sent to the office before because I didn't stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I went through a period where I wasn't standing up for the Pledge of Allegiance, but nobody.
Same.
But I ended up getting shit from my parents for it because the teacher, my grandma used to work at the fucking school, and it was actually Mrs. Heasley, your guys' aunt. I don't want to like make it sound like she did anything wrong, but she asked my grandma, she's like, I didn't know you guys were Jehovah's Witnesses. My grandma was like, we're not. And she's like, well, why doesn't Cody stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance? So my fucking parents sat me down and had a talking to about
How old were you?
Are Jehovah's Witness
whatever.
only people
it must have
that
been
don't-
8th grade because I think that's what Mrs. Heasley taught,
Okay.
or it might have been 8th or 7th grade.
7th? I think it was
No,
8th.
it was 8th grade.
It's 7th
She's
grade.
8th grade.
Yeah. So
I didn't
it was
know
whatever.
all-
It was her because she was my homeroom teacher. So
I
it was
didn't know
her.
only Jehovah's Witness didn't stand for the pledge.
They don't specifically.
But
Jehovah's Witness got a lot of funky rules, dude.
I mean,
They're not
a
allowed
lot
to
of
celebrate
a lot of
Halloween.
religions do. They don't celebrate any holidays.
They don't celebrate Christmas either.
Nope.
I guess not.
My Aunt
'Cause
Carolyn, my
Jehovah's
Aunt
Witnesses
Carolyn's,
is basically the same thing as Mormons, right?
Kind
Because
of,
it's all the fucking the Watchtower people. What are they fucking called? The Church of Latter-day Saints.
Yeah.
That's what
they
it all
don't
is, right?
they don't believe in blood fusion, like transfusions. I had a cousin die because their family was Jehovah's Witness, and she needed a blood transfusion, and because of their beliefs, they didn't want. And mind you, this girl she had cerebral palsy and stuff like that, and they were like, "Nah, we don't believe in blood transfusions," and she died.
Yeah. That's
And
pretty. So
I was like, "That's fucking stupid," because of that dumb religion. You're gonna let someone die?
that's why religion
Bull-
is fucking stupid.
bullshit.
Man.
God's way.
Fuck that.
Jehovah's
God's
Witness.
way.
Fuck out of here, dude. There was one time, Brad and I. Let's see. We were
We were young, dude.
we were young.
ignorant.
We were young. Shit, I do it nowadays. I don't give a fuck. We were probably like 17, 16
I
or
think
whatever.
we were young. We may have been like 15, dude.
Jehovah's Witness came to the door and like they fucking gave us a pamphlet and shit.
Brochures.
While they were sitting in the driveway, Brad and I walked out with the pamphlet and we're like,
We started.
and we
a
set it
fire.
on fire, dude.
We started a fire.
right in the
Hell
right in
yeah.
front of
right
them.
in front of the
Hell
porch,
yeah.
right in front of them.
I'm with you. I would do that today. You gotta face
Right?
the fucking consequences of knocking on people's
I don't
doors
know.
and bothering them about your stupid dumb club.
Yeah. That's when you go around knocking on doors and shit like that. You're forcing that shit on people.
Yeah,
Knock it off.
You gotta expect it.
You can't force religion on people. Fuck off with that.
Do you believe in anything? Do you have a belief, or do you not, like atheist type deal?
I don't know. I believe in God, but I don't worship him.
He doesn't.
So you believe there's a higher power out there?
You don't believe there's a man in the clouds, though, right? You just think.
Just see now, my whole life, everyone says when you die, you won't meet God. So that just, it kind of makes everyone think they're lying, because, like, how can you believe in something that you're never going to ever know exists?
Yeah, that's my biggest thing.
Even if you die.
And you also have people. The only way you can meet God is if you die. So that's opposite of what you're saying.
I've heard people say you won't meet him when you die.
And it's like, how can you
Ain't nobody know.
exactly?
That's what I'm saying.
How can
They
you
don't
how
know.
can you say God exists when you yourself don't know? You say God came to you.
It's faith,
and
dude.
shit, like God came to you, or when you were in your room. Or
I think
something.
people just have. I think some of those people are either drunk or tripping on drugs or just had a vivid dream,
Yeah.
and they just turn their life around and they say it's God.
You know what?
Some say it's some higher power that they don't name God.
I feel like God came into play because people were on drugs back then. They were like tripping out on shrooms and they were seeing shit.
Yeah, but you gotta. I mean, yeah, that
so
shit
they were
was
like,
natural.
God's real because they accessed a certain part of their brain.
Or
where
it
they
was
were-
literally just some guy that was like, I think I got a way for people to believe in me in my cult. And they just made up this huge fucking story.
That's Jesus.
That's what Scientology is. Like literally.
I mean, all
he was
religions.
just like I can't. Yeah, but that's like proven. Like people have come out and said like that's what L. Ron Hubbard said. Like the best way to make a lot of money is by starting a religion because you can't tax a
yeah,
religion.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's people like he actually said those words.
So, like, are they all retards or are they geniuses?
Yep. Like they
Because
tell
they
you
have
to-
this huge scam.
well, no,
It's
the
like,
fucking
do you
people
think-
who started are incredibly smart. They're just narcissistic.
I actually,
Yeah.
Like sociopathic.
I'm
manipulative.
not gonna name any names, but I know somebody who had they had their home turned into like a place of worship, so now they don't have to pay like taxes on their land or some shit.
Yeah, they're geniuses.
and it's
like
a-
they're absolute geniuses.
and
They
they
learn
can-
how to fucking trick the system.
Yeah,
Tax evading,
and,
dude.
like-
in a way, I'm like, fuck you
The
guys. But in
only-
another way, I'm like, good for you.
Hey man, if you figure out a way to manipulate the system, that's the system's
Yeah,
fault.
that's
Yeah.
what
It's
I'm
not
saying. The
yours.
system
For
fucks
sure.
you every day.
sure.
So if you figure out a way to fuck it,
But like
That's
one
awesome.
one of the requirements was like you have to have a gathering of a certain amount of people once a week, and it's like, how the fuck do you know? How do you know this dude is having gatherings?
there's
or
probably
not?
records. There's probably a bunch of records and stuff you got to keep
I mean, maybe
for
probably.
like because you're dealing with the government and the government wants their money. So you
Yeah.
probably got to keep like
The government, it gets fucking tricky when you're messing with religion. You know, religions are like people don't want their religion messed with. So chances
Yeah.
are, the government's not gonna really get involved too much because it's way more of a hassle for them to have to go through trying to prove that you're not a religion than it is to just be like, fuck it, you're a religion.
Right.
Like, do your
Yeah.
fucking thing then.
That's kind of like humans' rights.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things that this country was founded on was freedom of religion. That's why
Yeah.
William Penn came here because he didn't want to follow the same religion as England, as
But
the
yet
Queen.
they can close our country down.
Yeah,
and
that's a
take a
completely
different-
different
And
debate.
take,
That's
it's not different though. That's taking away a human's right.
it's
No, I-
different
I
because
agree
it's a
with
health
you.
concern.
I agree with you, but it's all
Like,
it's a
if-
little bit of a
like,
different
It's
debate.
not
though.
different.
Say if
If in America you have rights, you have freedom of speech,
I think rights.
Hold
you
on.
have everything.
Hold on.
That means the government cannot control you. So they're going against what we're allowed to have, our right.
by making
If we want to
People
go,
stay home?
for instance, if we want to go watch the UFC in the arena, that's our right.
Yeah, it should be.
No one should be able to tell us we can't do that because we live in America.
but
No, I agree with you 100%.
That's what
but-
America is known for. Why can they change it?
because
that's
it's a
not
health
right.
concern.
Yeah, but
You don't have the right if I get a disease and die.
but
You don't have that right. You have
yeah,
the
but
right
why,
to do
But why
this.
did you go? Is what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
If I go, that's not no one else's concern but my own. So like that's
Yeah,
my
I
right.
know, but you're going out into public, and you could be possibly getting all these other people sick. You don't have
Well,
the
then
right
why
to
are
do
they
that.
in public?
See, I see.
I do have the right to.
Well,
do
I mean,
that.
there's
If I-
there's
if I go
essential
outside, I have that
there's
right.
essential needs that you need to get, so you have to go out in public.
I see
Gas,
what you're
anything
saying,
like that.
and I see what you're saying.
Because like if polio was still a thing and people were getting paralyzed and dying within a week, are you gonna go out?
I wouldn't
people
go
po-
to a crowd,
Dude,
but I would still go out. Yeah.
If you when you got polio, you are gonna die.
yeah, but
You're gonna get paralyzed
is
first, and then you're gonna
COVID-19
die.
polio?
No,
Exactly.
and that's another different thing.
Exactly.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, but I don't think they shut the country down like they did when we had polio. When
Yeah, they
polio was a
did.
thing. I don't think
They had a pandemic.
Well, yeah, but I don't think they shut the fucking whole thing down.
if you think about
I'm pretty
it,
sure they had. I don't know if they had a stay-at-home order. It may have been more of like a
I know
on the
there's-
media. They're like, you probably should stay home because there's this outbreak of polio that's killing people within days of getting it. They're paralyzed and killing them within days. But maybe there wasn't a government thing. Maybe
Exactly,
people were
that's-
just being smart.
I
and
think
going,
that's what Aaron's
"Fuck."
getting at. That he like. 'Cause
And
I'm with
get-
him. Like
guess
I don't
I get
believe that the
that.
government should have the right to fucking
To tell you what
take,
to do.
Yeah, to take away
Okay.
our rights. To tell us that we can't go outside. To tell us that we have to wear a mask. I wear a mask when I go out for my own safety, and for partially my own safety, and partially because I don't
courtesy.
Yeah, and I don't want to
Right.
get bitched at or anything. Like I'd just rather. It's not that hard to just put a fucking mask on.
Yeah.
But I still, at the same time, do not believe that the government should tell me that I have to wear a mask.
Okay, I feel that.
I just
now
don't.
Now that you
'cause
say it like
I'm
that.
very much a libertarian, so I'm just like what like I like the government should just be left out of almost everything. I just don't think that that's what they're there for. I don't think they're there to tell me what to fucking do.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
Like they should be able to put out the information that I need to know to get by on my day-to-day life and let me make my own decisions.
See, and now that I get it now. I get it. I see what you're saying, because it's like when I said the whole like drugs thing, I think all drugs should be legal because it's our choice if we want to do them or not. Who like a bunch of people are gonna cry. What are you gonna do about the overdoses and death of people? Nothing, because that's their fault.
What have we done about the because making it illegal means that there is never any overdoses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Come on now.
There is literally zero argument for drug legalization for keeping drugs illegal because keeping them illegal has not worked.
People think that since we're gonna make if we make cocaine legal or any hard drug, they think that we're gonna put dispensaries up everywhere for said drug. Maybe that's not it. Maybe it'll just be the same way as it always been. It's just if you get caught with cocaine or whatever, we're not gonna fucking throw you in jail for life because you had a fucking 8-ball and you were speeding on cocaine in the privacy of your own home. You know what I mean? Or, I mean, you probably shouldn't do cocaine.
Or even if it was just in your fucking pocket.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say you probably shouldn't do it and drive, but.
But either way, if you're. I mean, that's a different thing. That's driving while intoxicated. But if you're walking down the street with a bag of cocaine in your pocket, whose fucking business is that?
Yeah, I feel that.
I wouldn't
it's definitely
live in a state
how
if it was legal.
All drugs?
I would move out of Pennsylvania if they legalized all drugs.
I would wait.
Because
I would wait.
There's this fucking whole concept that if we make fucking drugs legal, everybody's just going to start doing drugs and everything is going to delve into fucking chaos. But it's just not the case.
You're going to see more meth heads more than you already do.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's the case.
And I don't want my daughter to grow up in that atmosphere.
I don't think that's what's going to happen.
County.
Yeah, exactly. We grew up around meth heads our entire lives, and meth is illegal. So it's what difference does it make?
It's not as
get closer.
obvious as it
Get right up to that fucking microphone, dog. I'm serious. Put your fucking mouth right up to that microphone.
I mean, meth has become more prevalent nowadays.
Yeah.
Than it ever has, which is pretty goddamn scary.
Raising a daughter or a son in this world right now is kind of fucked up anyway. But
even legality of it, I don't think is that important because fucking. What's really important is education. We should be teaching people about the fucking what the actual causes of what the actual effects of doing those drugs are. It shouldn't be just about because a lot of times it's this is illegal, you'll go to jail if you do this. Well, why the fuck? Why don't you tell me the truth about it,
Well, yeah, but they don't care. They would be like, "Oh, it eats my brain, but I'll do it anyway."
Yeah, but they do that.
See,
they do that.
This is why I'm in the middle on a bunch of stuff because there's so much. There's pros and cons to literally everything in this world, and it's all that when people make decisions, all they do is just weigh out these pros and cons, and it's just such a hard thing. When we make laws or whatever, there's so much that they need to take in that they don't. With the whole relief package. Or whatever bill it was 5,000 pages long. Yeah. And it was introduced in a day. Nobody's going to read 5,000 pages in the next 12 hours before you vote on it. That's fucked up. But it's crazy. It's a crazy world we're living in. But we're going to have to wrap it up, everybody.
We'll save this conversation for another time.
That's been Everybody Podcast. Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks for joining us, Aaren. Appreciate
You're welcome.
it.
No problem, ladies.
Bye, guys.
Bye.